Hello everyone, just a couple quick highlights here. Wanted to create a video to send out to go over some of the highlights of the handbook and some important items to start out the year. So here we go. First thing, welcome back. Welcome to our new staff. We've got a lot of new faces that we are really excited about and excited about the perspectives they're going to bring to make us even a better school for our students. So welcome to all of you that are new to us, and we are excited to have you part of the JMS team. Special thank you to Norman and James and John. John is one of our new people. They've done an amazing job getting the building ready when it has been extremely busy throughout the summer. Stephen, Beth, Garrett, and the technology interns, thank you so much for making sure all of that's ready to roll. And Brenda and Kelly, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all that you do to get the school year ready to roll and just on a day-to-day basis. So thank you. Appreciate all of you very, very much. Those of you that were part of interview teams, also thank you for your time for that as well. So some handbook items. I'm not going to go deep into these. You're all professionals and you can read over things. But our building goals and MTSS, though MTSS and PBIS are two of the main parts of our building goals. We're going to be talking a lot about that during workshop week. Jeff Visner, high school principal, put together a resource bank for staff, and it has tons of really good resources and things that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis. So that I'd encourage you to pin to your bookmark bar at the top of your computer, along with referrals and different things that you access easily. Advisory win, there's a table in the handbook for advisory, so look that over. There's tons of information. And win time, faculty council, we are going to be talking about and researching a plan for JMS that works for us. So the win time will not start right away. Flexible Learning Day plan. October 16th, the school board approved that we would do a flexible learning day. That means our students will not come to school on October 16th, and we will do invitation conferences that day. A new piece this year to help with communication when we get calls in the office is that you will complete a Google form about what's being done. The emergency action plan, Mr. Helgerson sent out an email today. It's Friday, but please make sure that you know and understand the EAP really, really well. Obviously, it's very important. External communication, whenever you're sending information out to families, make sure that that's looking professional on letterhead. We've provided that for you. We can talk in more detail, but always whenever you're making something from a document in Google, to make a copy of that. Purchasing facilities and substitute teachers, we'll be covering that during workshop week, so we won't spend much time on that. Here's our meeting schedule for the year. On Tuesdays, the first Tuesday of the month, we will have our staff meetings. Then we will have two of our committees will meet, Faculty Council and PBIS. So if you're on those, you'll meet the second Tuesday. If you're on Student Activities and Staff Development, you will not meet on that Tuesday. Then we'll have an all-staff meeting, and this is really going to be advisory focused for the most part. So the advisory piece, we want to really invest in the relationships with our kids, so we're going to spend time doing that. And then the last Tuesday is Student Activities and Staff Development. And then you can see the rotation of meetings. We'll talk more about that for the rest of workshop week as well. Student management, obviously this is really important. So read and understand that section. We have added a ton of tools to help with the recognize, acknowledge, and connect language. So let's make sure that you're reading over that and asking questions as that comes about. We'll be spending Tuesday talking about PBIS and also a ton of professional development for new staff and all staff in an ongoing manner throughout the year. Supervision, obviously we all are going to be on supervision, but this year I'm going to ask that every morning everyone is out at 7:55 outside of the PLCs by their classroom doors, greeting kids and helping with supervision. When we get tied, I understand we get tied up with meetings. If you're not tied up, we need to get out and be supervising. And then when you're assigned a supervision, make sure that you know about that, and we'll talk about that during workshop week. But mark your calendars so it reminds you when that is. It's easy to forget, I understand. Here's the bell schedule for the year. You can see at 7:20 the doors are going to open. Kids can come in. 7:55 is when the pod doors open. Kids will be pouring in at that time, and we will be going out and we will be actively supervising at 7:55. For that 10 minutes, kids will be milling around, coming into your rooms. At 8:05, you'll notice this first hour is a little bit longer. That is because you'll be taking lunch count, and we'll be doing announcements during that first hour time. So if you have a first hour class, you will be doing lunch count this year in Infinite Campus. We go throughout the periods. They're 47 minutes long. Then we have our advisory and lunch rotation, and then we go through the rest of the day. Go through the rest of the day there. Family Resource Night. This is our open house night. You can see here are the details of the night from 4 to 8 on Thursday night. Pictures will begin at 3:30 for staff. They'll probably be set up earlier, so you can head down earlier if you'd like. Families will be given a checklist to go through. We'll have just an overview presentation from Carol and I looping in the Einstein labs for families to watch. We'll have tech trainings going on in these locations. Photos in the mat room. Advisory tables will be out front by grade level. 5th grade, your folders will be in. We just have, I think, 14 folders left from Jumpstart. So really the question is, what in the world as a teacher or as a staff member should you do? Advisory teachers, we're going to ask that you be out front by your grade level table and just greeting families, connecting with them, shaking hands, just building relationships. That's the whole purpose of this night, is to have it be a less formal time where families can get what they need and to connect with you as a staff. If you're not an advisory teacher, we're going to ask that you're rotating throughout the building, so we have people in the pods and are connecting with families inside. Listen to music, greet families, socialize. It'll be a fun night. These are the booths that we know are coming. TBD, because we'll have a couple that show up that day as well. And if there's something from a staff standpoint I missed, you can let me know. But those will be lined up right inside the main hallway by the bathrooms there. Some action items for you. Just like every year, these are the things that need to be done in this presentation that I emailed out. All of these things are linked, so you can do that. The assurance of compliance, just saying that you have gone through the handbook and read the policies, is right here, and you can get that done. Committees, just with the rotations and new hires, let's really look at our committees and see if where you're assigned is a good fit, especially new staff. If you have a gift or a talent in another area that you want to contribute, we want to hear about that. And then PLC teams and grade level teams. On Tuesday morning, we're going to start out in our grade level teams. Action items for workshop week. This is from the letter that I sent out, but we're going to be spending time individually in small groups, teams, in a large group, really just getting to know each other so we can leverage all of our gifts and talents to leverage the power of we to reach others. So individually, if you can reflect on, if you really knew me, you'd know this about me. That'll be a discussion topic that we have. If you can watch this 4-minute video from John Gordon for coming up with your own personal one word for the year, that would be wonderful. And then if you're able, bring in an item that represents you for an activity that we're going to do there. Meetings during workshop week. On Tuesday and Wednesday morning, we will be meeting in large group. These are small group meetings. New staff, I just want to meet with you to check in on Wednesday, faculty council on Wednesday at 2. And then I'm going to just be available if you're reading this handbook and you're like, oh, I want to dig deeper about this. I want to ask a question. I'm going to be available in the 7th and 8th grade pod. I'll just be in there working on different things. If you have questions, you come and chat with me, or you can always just find me in the hallway as well when I'm bopping around. Lunchroom supervisors will meet on Thursday at 1 o'clock in the Commons, and then we're going to jump into Family Resource Night that night. So really excited about that. Excited to get the year rolling, excited to see each of you, and excited about how we will be able to reach each and every student this year. Thank you for all you do. Have a great weekend.